Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the Armchair Pundits Liverpool post-game review show. Liverpool have picked up another win. Another, you could call it unconvincing win, because it was a game of two halves. First half, extremely dominant. Then second half, doing what we normally do at the moment. And that is when we concede a goal, showing that our confidence is so low that we just go into our shell. But at the end of the day, when we were going through that bad run, what did all the fans want? Wanted to stop the run and get some wins. And me personally, I didn't care how we got the wins, just get some wins. But before we go any further forward, guys, do me a favor, press the like button, hit the notification button as well, and also subscribe and comment. Leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts on today's game. Let me know your man of the match and all other stuff like that as well. But we'll go forward. First half, if I'm being completely honest, we started off a bit slow, a bit sluggish. It's always going to be that way when a team turns up and from the first second they are putting overplay behind the ball. So then it's a case of what can we do to break it down and how quickly can we move the ball. And it took us a little while to get into our rhythm. What I will say is that the more we are using Wirtz in the right way, getting the ball in the right positions, the better it is. I mean, there's so many times where he was in and around the edge of the box and he's probing and he's looking for opportunities and people are actually making runs now. That's a big difference. People are actually making runs and he's able to find them. And I thought he was really good today. Spoiler alert, he was my man in the match today. He gets off the mark and I'm really happy for him to do that. So, first goal we scored today, after a little while of to and fro-in and moving the ball and an early chance even before the first goal, an early chance from who else? An assist from, or would have been an assist. A good pass from Florian Wirtz. Nekatike stands up his defender. Another defender comes across, and he managed to dink a little curler around or in between the players. I can't remember if it was around the players, in between the players, and it hits the post. And you're thinking, what an opportunity! What an opportunity! But you're thinking at the same time, there's more to come. We're definitely going to open them up. We're definitely going to score, and hopefully the floodgates will open. Obviously, you're watching this after the game and it didn't quite happen. But the first half, it was positive. So we're sitting there and Frimpong does a good job. And Frimpong comes back last week against Tottenham and gets an assist. And then this week, he does the same. Comes back, this time starting at right back. So he's a very attacking right back. And I give him his credit. He did not stop running at his opposition player. Always trying to get around him with 1-2s or try and dribble past him. He does well, gets to the byline, cuts it back, and someone who should get more goals, quite a few of them feel should get more goals, but Gravenberch comes in and then places it into the bottom corner, and it's a good goal. And I'm sitting there celebrating, I'm thinking, yes, we've broken the duck. I'm sitting there thinking, yes, we've opened the scoring now, and just don't concede. It sounds silly, but at 1-0, I'm sitting there thinking, don't concede, and it's all ours. But within 2-3 minutes, we scored again. And what a goal it was. Ekatike gets the ball, turns, runs around his player, a little pass around him, runs past him, and you're thinking, that's nice. He's going to run through, he's going to try a little curler. But no, he thinks better of it. He sees Wirtz going through the middle in big space, holding the line, plays him a nice little through ball. Wirtz gets onto it. Good finish, really good finish. Gets close to the goalkeeper, tucks it past the goalkeeper, 2-0. And listen, you can tell how much it meant to him. You can tell how the players themselves, how they knew how important it was. Because every single one that was allowed, obviously, due to the rules, everyone that was allowed to come to the corner and celebrate with him, they did. And it was jubilation in that corner. And listen, I said it last week, it could be the start of something for him. He's getting better each game. He's getting stronger. He's holding off players. He's not bouncing off players or falling down on the floor and players are running and barging him. He's standing his ground now. And sometimes it takes a little time. And now it looks like he's finding his feet. I can't say he's found his feet. He's finding his feet because, let's be honest, Wolves are the worst team in the Premier League and the worst team we've seen so far with only 2 points. So you look at the stats and at the end of half-time, you're thinking, yep, this is good. 76% possession to their 24. Expected goals of 1.18 to their 0.6 or 0.06. And then total shots, we had 8 They had 3. We had 2 shots on target. They had 1 shot on target. Big chances, we have 1. They have none. But we don't even take the big chance. No, sorry, we took it. We took it. I always get that wrong. We took that big chance. And then you look at accurate passes. They had 84 accurate passes in that first half. So when you're going into half-time, you're sitting there thinking, cool, go back in there and come back out with the same mindset, the same attitude of trying to dominate and trying to keep possession with a semblance of confidence. And it can be a 3-4-0 win. But unfortunately, that doesn't quite happen because after 52 minutes, our Achilles heel strikes again. Liverpool concede another set piece. And at this point, it's ridiculous. I don't know how we concede so many set pieces. And as I say every week, we have a glass jaw. Because as soon as we can see that set piece, for the next 5 minutes, we went at it. We were panicking. We were just doing some nonsense. Listen, they had 3 shots in that second half. And they had more of it. That second half performance wasn't good enough. Totally wasn't good enough. And we lost control. We lost composure. And it all comes down to us being so low in confidence that when we can see the goal, we don't know how to react. And some of these leaders, listen, we won the game, so I'm not going to be completely negative. We held out in the end. But some of our leaders need to stand up and not have us hanging on against a team that has 2 points. Absolutely ridiculous. You look at the stats for them in that second half and for us in that second half, and it's not a turnaround. We still have more of the ball, 56% possession to their 44. Expected goals, ours is dropped to 0.38. Theirs is jumped to 1.01. But to be fair, it's because of the way they scored their goal. They win a header, and Alisson saves it, and it's just sitting there. And they literally kick it into an empty net. So obviously their expected goals is sky high because it's just a sitter for them to score. Both have 6 shots. We have 2 on target. They have 3 on target. Big chance we don't make any. They have a big chance and they miss it. Funny enough, their goal wasn't even classed as a big chance. It was a missed header that was classed as a big chance for them. But listen, not good enough second half. We need to work on it. We've got Leeds coming up. We're at home again. This is our last game of the year, and it's been a fantastic year because we won the league. But we're not seeing it off the way we wanted to. But we've won the game 2-1. We've had some good performances overall. Defence has stood up. If we're being completely honest, they've stood up because, yes, we could see the goal, but outside of that little period, they had nothing. They were probing, they were on the ball-ish, but I wasn't completely scared that, oh no, they're opening us up at will. I'll give them credit. The young player they had, Arne, he played well. He got in behind our midfielders at times and got through on goal. And it begs the question, if Mane, for them, can come on the pitch and play 90 minutes and be confident, we've got a player that's rated higher in Rio and Gamoa. How can he not play 10, 15 minutes to be an outlet for us? How can he not get off the bench, be an outlet and produce something? He's good enough. And we need to utilise him. So, as we always do, or as I always do, I'll go through our player ratings and I'll start with the goalkeeper as normal. Alisson didn't have a lot to do, if I'm being completely honest. I've given him a 7. The goal, could he have done better? He saves it and it's right in front of him. In those instances, I don't think he had enough power on the header for him to push it wide. You're looking at your defenders to bail you out there. You're looking for your defenders to bail you out, and they didn't. So I've given him a 7. I go to right back. Frimpong gets himself an assist. It was a good attacking threat. I've given him a 7 as well. Against a team like Wolves, you need a good attacking right back. You don't need a really strong defensive one. And he did his job in the day. He gets a clean sheet because he wasn't pretty sure. Actually, he was playing in defence at the time, but nothing to do with him. That goal. Gets an assist, so he gets a 7 from me. I'm moving to Konate. I thought it was okay. He was at fault at the goal. So around everything other than that goal, he was okay. It might be a bit harsh, but I've given him a 6.5 just because I think you're Konate, you're a towering defender, win that ball. I don't even think he gets off the ground. And he complains for a knock on his face. No, not having it. He needs to get up, he needs to head that ball away, head it over the crossbar, head out the box, do something. But Tolu should not be winning that so easily and then giving him a goal. So I was going to give him a 7, but on second thoughts, like I said before I mentioned it, I'm giving him a 6.5. Van Dijk, he gets a 7. I thought he was good. In that goal that he conceded, he had his defender. He had his person. Nothing he could do about that. It was Konate's fault, in my opinion. Some people say it's harsh, but I think it's Konate's fault. But Van Dijk's done well through that performance. I said to give him a 7. Kerkez was okay. Some strong running, some decent attempts to link up play with Wirtz. He's getting a little good understanding with Wirtz. With Gakpo coming back, are we going to see that any further? We don't know. But he's done okay. So I've given him a 7. I move on to Gravenberch. I thought it was good. He gets a goal today. He gets an 8. Does well in general around the pitch. And with his aerial duels, he wins 2 out of 2 aerial duels. Ground duels, he does a decent job. He wins 4 out of 6. And there's 5 recoveries. And on top of it, he gets a goal. So I think an 8 is good for him today. So happy with his performance. I thought Jones was good, even without getting a goal. Some people may think, what? Jones is doing really well in that deep line position. I've given him an 8 as well. Really happy with his performance. Since he's come in and not have to go out because of injuries, he's getting a bit of consistency. So happy with his performance. Callister wasn't his best, but he wasn't horrible. He's playing as a 10, but he gets stuck in. Ground duels, won 4 of his 7. Aerial duels, he's never going to win many of those. Recoveries, he wins 2, and even has 2 headed clearances to boot. So I've given him a 7. Decent performance from him. Wirtz, my man of the match, I've given him an 8.5. Gets a goal, is extremely busy, gets the winning goal if anything. And most completed dribbles, 7 in the game. Most chances created in the match, he has 3. And he actually won the most duels with 11. So listen, it was a good performance from him. I was considering giving him a 9, but it's probably a bit much. So 8.5 for him. Move on to Kaiser. Been asking for you to start for weeks and weeks and weeks. You finally get your first start. And amazingly, it's actually his first start at Anfield in the Premier League ever. And it's been a season and a half. But unfortunately, he doesn't actually step up. He probably gets our lowest score in 6.5. He does some good pressing, don't get me wrong, and he's busy. But when you're starting your first game, you're given an opportunity because Slot's son, Gakpo, is only come back from injury after 1 day's training. You want him a bit more. Wins 1 aerial duel, 1 interception. But when you're looking at the attacking stats, 5 touches in the box, but nothing really created. So 6.5 for him. Like a TK, he plays all right, if I'm being honest with you. Plays all right, holds the ball up well, gets in assists. I've given him an 8. He's just involved now. He's really involved in what's going on. What he needs to work on is his fitness, because this guy can't play 90 minutes. Like, some people are upset that he got taken off, but we had no choice. If Slot doesn't take him off, he pulls a hamstring or does his calf. Because from time you're coming over to the side and you're stretching your calves and your hamstrings, time's up. You need to come off. So he's done his shift. Be ready for Leeds to put in another shift. He's got 2 goals against Leeds last time. Do that again and hopefully win the game. But yeah, I've got an 8 for him. Really happy with his performance. I move on to the subs. Conor Bradley comes on in the 60th minute. He does okay, but it's basics. He gets a 6.5. Gakpo comes on in the 86th minute. Nothing really to write home about, from to be honest. It has 1 shot late on, like in the 90th or 94th minute, where I think he probably should just hold the ball up, waste time, and he shoots wildly left foot. And at that point, I won't gauge management from him, but I didn't get that. So he gets a 6.5 as well. Trainee only comes on, 2nd appearance in a row, and comes on the 90th minute. Not really fair to say anything. Does actually provided the pass for Gakpo's shot. So if Gakpo scores, he comes on and gets an assist. But 6.5 from him. Good young player. Can he get some more minutes? Possibly, just to rest the legs from some players. Slot. I move on to Slot now. What do I give Slot? We've won the game 2-1. Game management, is it his fault? No, I think it's down to the players more than anything else. I've given him a 6.5. Close to getting a 7, but listen, we get a 7 or 8 if we destroy it, or if we win more handsomely, if I'm being completely honest, and we don't. So yeah, he gets a 6.5. But in general, guys, we've won. We are sitting 4th as we speak, but with Chelsea playing Aston Villa, a draw from that keeps us 4th, I believe. So hopefully that's the way it stays for us. Guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know who your man in the match was. Let me know who you think I was maybe harsh on or should have given a lesser score. And let me know what you think of Slot. Listen, I know that as Liverpool fans, we're not happy because we went into the season thinking we could probably do a double. with the Champions League and the Premier League, and our season has stunk. But listen, we're finishing the season 7 games unbeaten in all competitions, 6 games unbeaten in the Premier League, and let's just hope that we start a new season against Leeds with a win, and then we show up against Arsenal in the game after that. But yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification button, and comment. Let me know what you think. It's been Armchair Pundits. It's been James. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.